Okay, we're back, and we're about to enter the Copper Age and Dawn of Man. I swear copper must have seemed like magic to the people back then. First bit of metallurgy. But before we do that, I'm going to show this for a second. Okay, good, it did actually show the wheel. Right, by the end of this stream we're going to be rolling to find what the next EU4 campaign is going to be. I took the votes that came in through Patreon for the different campaigns, slung them into the wheel. The more votes it got, the more places on the wheel it got. And we will be spinning that at the conclusion of this stream. Let's get into it. Carlos Bolivia is asking about beating games to become a mod. Yeah, there's a list of mod games. If you can complete one of them, then you'll be granted a sword, no questions asked. It's a good meritocratic process for keeping people around that can actually walk the walk after they talk the talk. Of course, Assidious would never do it. He's working for free isn't exactly an enticing offer, he says. Someday Assidious is going to finish the Mario race. Someday. Alright, let's pause and get a grip on where we are right now. In the previous stream, we unlocked the magic of actually cultivating crops here. So we've got plenty of barley coming in, plenty of einkorn, and we have also finally started planting flax, although we got a meager crop out last time. I'm hoping for a bigger one next time so I can actually have a decent amount of linen. The wool outfits, and I'm happy that we have so much, is coming from our newly domesticated animals. We have quite a lot of goats. They give us milk, but more often than not I just slaughter them. Sheep, that's what I'm really after. I want their wool, and the pigs give tons of food, but I don't have a very thriving population of them. I've got capacity for 60 animals, and 60 I hope to have. And the dolmen will be looking over it as soon as we actually cart that last megalith back. Is it still around here? Where even is it? Ah, here it is. The guys are on their way with it, slowly hauling ass. Ah, it looks painful, but too bad for them. Otherwise, there's been quite a few upgrades. I've been tearing down our old crummy sticks and skins tents to make some actual thatched huts that hold more people, more items, and stands for longer, as well as providing heat. We've upgraded storage, and we've even got granaries for our frankly enormous amounts of food. One single bit of grain makes one flour that makes 2 pieces of bread, so the scale of economy there works out pretty good for feeding my people. Although deep down I know I would be sad due to the lack of meat around here. We still keep these up because I need to dry out the meat from the animals that I slaughter from our own stables. But out there, it's just that I don't do as much hunting as I used to do. It's quite a bit to haul my people out there, do that and come back, when they could do things closer to home like planting and harvesting crops and tending to our own animals. We've also completely walled ourselves in with palisades, and I've put up some wooden towers, as well as some wooden platforms to shoot down those that arrive. However, with that in mind, I'm actually wanting to add a couple more. I don't really have the leather for this, but when I do... What's the way to do this then? Do I put you there and there? Yeah, that should protect us from people that come from this corner. I doubt many people will come from this part, but I'm just going to erect these where people attack from, because they're a bit of an investment to put up. Still, they're there. Okay, there we go. We need leather to repair them, which is a bit hardcore for me. It's a shame that the end of this game isn't launching a rocket into space like Factorio. That would be perfect, says Deathshed. Indeed. Right, the haystacks are running very low, and here I was thinking that I had tons of the stuff. Maybe I should get rid of the einkorn and plant something else, or maybe I should just plant more crops. Barley... No, one of them gives extra grain, extra straw rather. I can't remember which one. I don't think it's barley. Barley has more grain output. Plants, barley... No, barley does produce the extra straw. Well then, barley it is. I'm not doing any of the lech or chickpeas or lentils of that yet, although it's probably good for technology. Bang. Probably not the best place to do it, but we're doing it anyway. Well, it won't be a problem until spring, and I'm fairly certain I have the manpower to pull that off. But yeah, I would have expected to be drowning in straw, but instead I'm very low on it. I guess my animals are just eating through it quite a bit. Oh jing, some of them are given straight up grain. That's very inefficient. I don't like that. You sold all but 15 of the straw, says Asselkur. This is true, and I stand by that decision. I needed what I sold it for. Okay, so since we're in the copper age, we should get to that copper smelting. I can do copper mines, charcoal pits, pit furnaces, metal smiths. Oh, that's a whole lot of stuff, but we get copper goodies out of it. I want to see just how good those are. So first off, we need the production. Right, that's a flint mine. No, it's metallurgy, I guess. Copper mine, which would have to surely be placed over copper. That's not copper. Where's our copper at, and how can I tell? Are you copper? No, that's not the color of copper. Copper is green, despite what Factorio tells you. I know we saw some of it. I swear some of it was in this direction. The snow's making it a little harder to tell, but that looks like it. There we go. It's only a bunch of logs to set up a mine, which is pretty advanced stuff. Oh, and there's more to be had here. Very well then. 2 copper mines, and once the planting is done, we'll get going with that. Keep that flour going. At least I keep my own people fed. Yeah, we have plenty of grain to feed our animals at least, but next time maybe not sell off all of the straw. Was still a good idea though. Right, the dolmen, all the ingredients are there. We just need to erect the thing, and I'll be able to throw all my dead onto that instead of having them just go into this crummy little burial mound, which actually has no place left for bodies, so I hope more people don't fall dead before we get the dolmen up and on the go. Ah, but it's coming together. Still need more leather, which means I need more skins. That's alright. We'll kill off the goats as they're born or as they get too old. Perhaps the trader can come and deal with my woes. Alright, building this dolmen has given me 2 knowledge, and it's also a great place to get morale back if we have dead people. And I'm sure we will eventually. Spears, fish, an adult female sheep. I do like more sheep. In fact, I like more sheep a lot. But I'm not sure I really want to buy one. I could buy back that straw, but I'd rather just tell you to be on your bike. Unless I have anything outdated that I want to sell, and I really don't, so away you go. Is your name Keith? No, it's Kara. Why did I read Keith? Well, that's funny. If I drag this, the moment it encapsulates those, I open the trade menu. Recht, not a lot to worry about, but winter is almost over. The workload is balanced, which is good. When people actually get up from being lazy, they'll deal with these tasks, and hopefully they are... Ah, excellent. They're dragging the logs. And I'll get these things built a whole lot more efficiently, rather than people dragging the logs individually. I like the sledges. I just hope someday we get something with wheels, but then I need to research the wheel. We're apparently low on food. I don't buy that. We got plenty of bread. Maybe bread is made too slowly. Ah, it seems to be made pretty fast. Especially since 1 flour makes 2 bread, but perhaps I need to raise the amount of bread that I'm willing to keep. I should probably have enough bread for half the population. Yeah. Our food lasts for a long time, so there's no problem in having tons of the stuff. Hell, let's make it 75%. Food is something that lots of people need. Alright, so did you bring everything that's needed? You did. And the mine is being erected. Ta-da! Now apparently there are 65 copper ore to be had there. And people are being told to mine it whenever they can. Up to 3 people can do it. Interesting. Don't know how this is going to work, but we'll figure it out. Do I need to store that stuff somewhere? No, ores can be stored and transported. So maybe I want a stone pile next to it? Or would I want the stone pile over here? I don't know how people drag things. Well, I have a stone pile over here, but sounds like I could have another. But wouldn't that mean I'd want... Oh, well, I do have another. Man, I have tons of stones. Alright, forget that one for now, but I will need to consider where our metallurgy goes. It's all very new to me. As I said before, this is a blind run. Ah, the pit furnace is going to be needed, and it takes mud, and I have plenty of mud. So... can I just sling you across the wall? No, sadly not. Very sadly. Alright, well, I'll sling a couple of them here. Oh, well, I wanted to, but I couldn't. I'll sling a couple of them here. And then maybe get some metallurgy done over here. Or over here. Yeah, we'll get it done here. This can always be turned back into more advanced forms of homes for people. So our blacksmith uses that straw that I so aptly destroyed. Ah, but it seems like we can have the blacksmithies going on over here. Since I'm so convinced that they're not going to come from this end, I'll just do that. Couldn't hurt to have 2, right? Maybe it could, but also maybe it won't. Which of the symbols in the top left corner is for pickaxes, or does that mean that he has none? That is a pick. And I have a bunch of flint picks, even though I've not really got any flint. Somehow I have a megalith. Now I don't know where, but I do. Alright, spring is here. It's apparently cold, but people are getting to work now. There's a lot of planting to be done. Huge amounts of work, but people will get on with it. The only other work that needs to specifically done in spring is collecting tannin, if I'm not mistaken. There we go, and you're doing exactly that. Workload is too high? Nonsense. I wish I could stop having these things pop up, because they make a big noise and distract me. Some more Lebensraum would do you good, says Void Scroll. Well, that's exactly what this land is for. There's a great clearing here for a second village expansion, and the area in the middle here would be used for all the crops for both sides. The only downside to this part is there's no easy access to water at all. Well, that's what wells are for. I'm a little unsure about milk, game. Could you tell me more about it? Foods, perhaps? No. Well, it's an animal thing from the goats. No, it just tells me milk. I assume milk just acts as a source of nutrition, much like it does in RimWorld. First pit furnace is up. Workload is still too high. I get it, game. I really get it. And we shall be producing... Okay, we can do copper and bronze there, but nobody appears to be working the... No, somebody's working there. And they've shoved out one bit of copper ore too. Animal limits. They're an efficient way of controlling your domestic animal population to ensure they don't consume too much space or resources. Only very old animals to be slaughtered, They would die from natural causes anyway, but you can put a limit, it'll slaughter them automatically. That's fine. We already have set limits. I think it's 10 goats, 40 sheep, and 10 pigs? I don't know, I can check that though. No, 20 pigs, 30 sheep. So this old female pig was killed. Probably better to take care of the old females first. They're barren and no longer useful. Followed by the old males. And come to think of it, why would I ever slaughter my young healthy ones? I suppose if I had too many, we would take care of the males first, but ensure we have at least one. Missed the end of the last one. Did you manage to find the elusive male mouflon in the end? I did. And now we have a self-sufficient sheep colony. Alright, spring is going on a storm, but people are taking care of the planting just right. Excellent. Oh, I love seeing my people so industrious like this. It's as it should be. And I want to check and see if any animals have strayed a bit too close to us. Well, there's a boar there and another, well, a young male one, but I don't really see the need. Oh, hang on. One of them's hiding there. It's a young female. Capture it if you could, please. While we're at it, why don't we capture a young male one as well? A couple of new humans have joined. They're usually naked and useless, but we'll put them to use. Storage huts seem to have plenty of capacity right now. That's good as well. And these storage huts keep things good for quite a long time. Lechonic is saying, good day, what age is he in? We're in the copper age, so we've just established a couple of pit furnaces right next to these thatch roofed huts, so they'll go up in flames nice and easily. And once we have the straw, which we totally don't have right now, we'll be getting that in autumn, then we'll be able to build further. Thankfully our animals can just pasteurize during the warm season, so I don't need to keep feeding them, because it's criminal to give them that barley. 250 bits of flour made, knowledge increases further. Alright, well, not a lot going on that requires intense attention, so we'll just keep it going. I think I managed to get those pigs, right? Wait, why do I own only 3 pigs? Game, tell me more. Domestic animals, right? Pigs. 2 adult females and 1 old male. That's good because old males can still impregnate adult females. But once that old male kicks the bucket, I better hope that we're getting some more females and males out of those. Oh, okay, I thought that one was dead. No, it's just lying down. Did the towers do anything from the vid? Couldn't tell. So, these towers, people can get in them and fire and not be injured themselves. Whereas when people are on the platforms, they're still vulnerable to enemy fire. Alright, the workload is really coming down now, which tells me that most of the planting is done. But it has taken me half the season. I should keep that in mind. Harvesting is probably going to take as long, if not longer. With that done, people can get on with other tasks like the crafting. I don't think there's any shortage of tasks, as long as it's above 60%. Or maybe even above 50%, people will always be getting on with stuff. I mean, here it is at 57, and there's still tasks not being done. Alright, that knowledge is surging ahead. We need 10 for each of these things. I would really like to get cattle. I have a feeling there's a lot of hides to be had out of cattle. Donkeys I'm less concerned about. They'll be used for pulling things. But cattle domestication sounds awesome, but so does getting rye, but brewing is Bronze Age stuff. It's all very tempting, but I'm in it for the cattle. Which may mean that I need even more stables. Which is a bit of a terrifying thought, actually. I hope raiders don't come and destroy my stables. That would be very sad for me. But I feel like stables are not very space efficient to keep inside of the walls. Well, I really want to plan for the future. These things cost a lot of straw and a lot of mud, but they'll be built eventually. That's the way I see it. Oh, is this too hilly for you? Well, there's the fact that there's this megalith right next to me. Should probably move that out of the way at some point. And you are... yeah, these stones get in the way. There's a lot of stones. I'd like them not in the way, please. Show my mastery over the world. Then again, maybe the stone pile doesn't completely go away and it just tells me to mine stones. I'm unsure. Either way, I'm at my stone limit. So... Oh no, don't hit empty contents. We've done that by accident before. And it's a bad idea to do that by accident. Let's just keep the stones over here. I got nowhere better for them. There we go. And that means we set the stone capacity somewhere. I'm sure I've done it before, but I'm even more sure that I've forgotten. Kill that oak tree. Well, I know there's a place down here that I can do it. Resource limits. Stones. Oh, I can't set it above 100. Well, I can set it to infinite, that'll do. With all that wool and linen coming in, you stop production of clothes made out of animal skin. I certainly could stop the skins outfits. I wanted to wait until I had plenty of linen and wool. But I think this is a fine time to stop it because I need those skins for other things. Leather, yeah, we can use leather for building instead of making these. Is this the third stream of the game? It is exactly that. I'm sure nobody would carry the copper all the way over to the other side of the colony, says Asselkur. Yeah, I should probably put limits on them. Where exactly? Hold on, is this carrying? Yeah, it is carrying a bit of copper. So I wonder what happens once we smelt it. We end up with copper like that. It's ore. Where does it go? I didn't see a specific storage for that stuff. Hopefully it's not a warehouse. Okay, but a good point is made. I should... damn, I can't set what goes here just yet. Say no to ores here. For now, at least. I'm sure I'm going to forget about that later. There are probably other rock piles, but I just have to trust my people not to be daft. Okay, even more knowledge. The knowledge of baking bread. Gotta say, this is pretty fantastic. I love the feeling of advancement in this game. Sure, it is slow. Hell, it is very slow. But it makes the leaps and bounds feel better. Often in games, you get something and then you barely use it before you're on to the next one. Whereas here, we got flint tools. We're using flint tools for a while. Oh, I wanted to actually check out what I can expect from these copper tools, but I need some straw first. And don't we need some straw? Lots of things need straw. We've already made 10 copper ore, so good on us for that. Oddly enough, I can't set this stuff to high priority. Nor can I tell you to specifically mine these ores. I guess they just get on with it when they can, but it means... How do I tell them that they must do... Oh, Crivens, right. No, we want all that ore. It's unlimited. Probably. Let's be reasonable here. But I do want 50 of it. So have we made any of this yet? Oh wait, what is this? To make copper I need more than just the ore. I need whatever that other stuff is, and I hope it's not flint. No, I need charcoal, of course. So that means I need my charcoal kiln. Or charcoal pit, which means I need mud. But what do we make charcoal out of? Wood, I assume. I mean, I know all about that primitive technology. Can I get a couple of them here? No, I cannot. I wonder if one will be enough. Well, there you go. Ah, it seems like charcoal can go in these piles as well. Well, hopefully I put all those stones to use at some point. Yeah, straws needed for repairs. All the more reason that I really need to get that stuff going. But look at that, the flax is going strong. We're going to have tons and tons of barley, which means tons of straw, which means... I wonder if these haystacks are going to be enough. The haystack seems to never break, but I can't help but feel that another haystack could be prudent to erect. I think it's time for some aggressive expansion, says Carlos. In due time, when we have our copper tools up and running, I think I will level this area and begin expansion over here. The food situation is Gucci, and the clothes situation should be fine as well, with our rapidly advancing population here. The sheep and pigs, I want to double check on those though. I'm not convinced yet that they're actually self-sustaining. I mean, heavens knows we're doing fine when it... Wait, I only have one male sheep? And he's young. Well, dang, that might be difficult. But I have a spread of males. Okay, maybe keeping this at 10 is actually working against me. Perhaps I should keep it at 15. Nah. I only have 5 pigs, but I have a young and an old male, and I got a young and an adult female. Okay, I just have to trust that they'll be okay. But I also need to find myself some cattle, so I can be a full-on cattle rancher. Got some boars over there. Yeah, let's bring back a whole lot of young males. It's summer, which tends to be one of the quieter seasons for my people working. Right. Deer are for killing. Megalothiros are also for killing. Ah, horses. Aurochs. Okay, it's not bisons. Is it aurochs that I need to get then? Well, the game would tell me, but... Yeah, the game will tell me. Let's double check. Animals, domesticated animals, cattle. Yeah, aurochs. Not good at telling the aurochs apart from the bisons, but I'm sure I'll get there. Ah, those are all bisons. Auroch, where's your family? Young female Muflon, I must have it. I know breeding material when I see it. No, really, where are those aurochs at? Could it be he's the lonely last of his kind? That would be so sad. Ah, a young male auroch? 2 young males and a young female. Right, competition is good even in the animal kingdom. Get them. I hope they don't attack. More was, well, more. Let's get ourselves a mouflon. The reindeers. It's a bison. An old ibex. They get old real fast, don't they? And wolves. Oh, more mouflons. Young males though, so yeah. Hang on, that one became 2. Let's take advantage of this mitosis. There is something to be said for spreading the village out in this direction towards the water, but there's no good building area by it. It's all surrounded by these hills. The scale of the map is enormous. I think it's at least 4 Banished maps stitched together in size. Everyone's played Banished. So many people have been watching this going, looks like Banished. Is it the same developer? I don't mean to make fun of that. It's a reasonable leap of logic there, but no. It's made from the planet-based developers. Which I wrote down because I kept forgetting the name. Madruga. Madruga Works. I wonder where they're based. Jake, I doubt this game can handle having multiple settlements. I'll be the judge of that. If they give you a map this size, I bet you could fill the whole thing up. And the game would probably come to a crawl, but we'll see about that. Also, I'm very unlikely to do that. Seems like a massive undertaking. Donkey domestication with only average commission. But you also have ore, and I like ore. What if I took all of it? Then I'd need to offer you a lot. Okay, skins outfits have become worthless. Bows are still worth a fair bit, though. I could sell off a whole bunch of bread. I know that's not going to get me everywhere. I don't fish anymore, just take the harpoons. These bone spears and bone knives and bone well, no, I need my sickles currently for taking care of my crops here. But wow, those outfits are worth very little now. Wool outfits, though, are worth a good deal. I could sell off a bunch of those. Although I'm going to need them come winter time. I do have skins, even if people don't like wearing them. Yeah, I can sell you my manufactured clothes. Puts me at a bit of a disadvantage, but at least I get my donkeys. Grain and flour are the same value, but it's better to get flour. Oh, okay, well you don't like that. I'll just keep my bread. In fact, it's a good deal to trade bread for flour, since flour makes 2 bread. But you have high commission. Well, average commission. Okay, this seems good to get that donkey domestication, so gimme. Massive reduction in my outfits, but I have my old crappy skins and leather. I just need to get a whole lot more wool going. But that's why I'm telling my colony to get loads of sheep. I remember hearing that if you have a crafter in each, for example, they might walk to one in the other village, making it pretty useless. Yeah, I imagine this would have AI pathing issues for such a large area. But I don't know that, for I have not tried. Really happy this granary keeps food for so long. I think those are... yeah, those look like last year's berries and they're still okay. I gotta say, yeah, this game is slow-paced, but it's pretty comfy slow. I'm gonna have another couple of decent residences built up. Although maybe I have too many residents here by now. Well, these are to be torn down anyway. I mean, look at that. Space for 8 people, then I should really get rid of these. Destroy it. You know, I could set these to not repair. No, that doesn't seem like a clever thing to do. That said, they need skins, and I don't have skins right now. I tend to turn it into leather. And I don't do nearly as much hunting as I used to. Well, since it's summer and people don't have a lot to do, I could go out and slaughter these boars. And if there are any other animals nearby that I fancy cleaving apart, and I fancy cleaving them apart, like these wild horses, then I shall. Yeah, horses give good amounts of skin, so get on it, folks. There's hunting to be done. Summer's a great month. If I planted a lot of, whatchamacallums, beans and that, then they get harvested in summer and planted in winter, and that keeps my people busy year round. I'm not so keen on that. It probably stabilizes food production a lot, but man, speaking of that, I'm down to a very low amount of bread, probably because I sold off all my bread. But we have cured meat and we have loads of berries, so it's okay. Lost my train of thought there. It was something. I wanted to have a couple of seasons where my people are not so busy, so I can do things like go out and hunt or build more things. I don't want to keep my people constantly busy all the time. Okay, we obtained some stone somewhere, and since I can't see a stone pile, I'm going to assume that means that... That means I'm drowning in stone here. People aren't working this stone pile, though I want them to. Yeah, I want another stone pile, please. One cannot have enough of them. That's what I'm saying. I completely deforested this and now it's all back. And this is another good summer job, is cut down these bloomin' trees. Are they actually being highlighted for cutting down? It doesn't look like it. Look at this, it's already set to cut down trees here. But they don't do it, probably because it's not a fully grown birch. Maybe. It would get in the way of my tannin if I did this as well. Maybe I should cut it down here. I do want a bit of stuff for tannin. Screw it. Let's triumph over nature here. Everybody, I want these trees and I want them dead. We have plenty of tannin. Well, not really, but away you go regardless. Soul Brethren says, have you seen Fade to Silence? If so, what do you think of it? I have never heard of Fade to Silence. We've learned a lot from hunting these horses, which is good. Next season we'll finally have the straw to build some of this stuff. Looks like goods are preserved if they are put down as building materials. That looks exploitable. Okay, good. 10 sheep. How's that looking? A good spread of both sexes and all ages. Excellent. I got my young male. Yeah, cattle's another thing. I just want this tooltip to show me what I have. Maybe I'd get annoyed if it overflowed. Cattle. 1 young female, 2 young males. Well, as long as they reproduce and give me females, because that's what I need. Alright, about to enter the busy season. Gotta harvest all of these crops. And once they're done with that, they can get back to dealing with all this stuff. They don't have a good place to bring their sticks to there. I need to give them another one. truly cannot have enough wood piles. Especially if I want to commit large amounts of deforestation. It's alright, wood piles can be moved in the future. I should also strongly consider having more transports. I only have 4 sledges, but they need leather and logs, I think. Yeah. Oh no, just sticks and leather. That's still expensive, but good for deforestation. If it only takes sticks, that's fine. Speaking of, sticks on the ground don't seem to degrade, which is also good news for us. Right. Large amounts of harvesting to be done, but the people know that, and on they get with it. For 1,000 sticks, we've gained new knowledge. One worries about what that knowledge could be. Linen, though, finally grabbing some of that. And it doesn't look like I got hit with disease, which is another boon. There's no tannin to even collect, so I'm killing that. Wonderful. Now this is economy. Since we finally have some straw, we can build those straw buildings like both of these metalsmiths, which can now get to work. I don't know why the metalsmith has a ladder coming out of the back. Oh, I guess they were building it. That's a little disappointing. Copper tools are not really better than my flint or bone tools. Let me check that there. Flint spear, 2 and 2. Copper spear, 2 and 2. Copper knife, 2 and 1. Flint knife, 2 and 1. Flint sickle, 2 and 1. Copper sickle, 2 and 1. Maybe the copper ones last longer. That seems reasonable. Oh right, no, don't queue it up like that. Queue it up like that. Probably still good to make these tools out of flint and bone. And the bows. I think the bows are great. Since it sticks and I have millions of sticks. I don't have millions of flint though. I never really built the flint mines, which I probably should have. Seems like flint is still useful to me. But where's the flint mines? Oh, that's tin. Not getting on with that. Iron. Oh, good that the iron is nearby. For example, yeah, here's flint. Perhaps I should consider producing with a flint mine. Workload is still too high. A storm is coming in, and I don't understand what storms are. Controls, hints, panels, topics. Doesn't appear to be anything about weather. Unless I'm pretty blind to it. It's also possible. I'm curious about fuel though. In order to cook food and stay warm, you need to fuel your hearths, huts, roundhouses, and ovens. You can use sticks or logs. Good, they won't use up my valuable charcoal. 3 logs produces 6. Okay, they need logs for it. Better get with that deforestation then. The axe and the pickaxe are faster, I believe. Let's see. Flint axe 1 and 2. Pick 1 and 1. 1 2 1 1. 2 2. 2 1. Yeah. Okay, they are better. I'll give you that. Give you that for free. But I'm curious about durability. Where do I have some spare ones? Doesn't give me a number for it, which is not helpful. Still, there's always tools to be produced, and even a crappy tool is better than no tool. Speaking of crappy, what's up yours there, Vorgor? He's just not very happy at all. Well, go visit the dolmen and feel better. got the tannin. I guess we don't really have the skins. Need to slaughter my animals some more. Or find animals nearby for slaughtering. But this isn't really the season for it. Horses give good amounts of skin, so kill them when we get a chance. The workload is obviously high. We're halfway through autumn and we have yet to cut all this stuff down, let alone gather it. I need more people. I actually need space for more people too. It's alright though, we got the straw to make these huts. Man, food has largely been solved here. Just about everyone has a status above their head now, and I find that really distracting. I don't care if you're hungry, because you're going to eat right now. I don't care if you're tired, because you're probably going to go sleep soon. Just seems unnecessary clutter in the game. I wonder if there's a way to... Alright, there's no options for that. My first thought was, can I have it not show at all? That would be handy. Cattle. Yeah, surely I want unlimited cattle. Want to be a full-on rancher here. Copper tools last 50% longer, says Carlos Bolivia. Excellent. Alright, this one hasn't been told to do anything. Please get to work. Linen cloth produced aplenty. Good, because I can make a whole lot more outfits. And everything has been harvested, although not all put away yet. There looks to be space for things, that's okay. As long as food goes in the granary. Old male dog, sorry to say, but you're probably gonna die soon. But when I get attacked, I'll be glad you're there. The children sent out to pick things up. They're pretty bad at it, but I guess they don't do much else, so it's fair enough. Just wish my people were a bit more clever in picking stuff up from out here. They're just leaving it be. Traitor, what have you got for me? Knowledge of fruit trees with average commission and a little bit of ore. Well, it just so happens I have a lot of linen outfits and kind of want to get rid of them. I like my bows. I'm not willing to give those up. I'll give them my bow and spears though. What else can I sell to you? My bread, I suppose. A lot of stones, but I'm not willing to sell those just yet. It's difficult to sell much more though. I could sell even more bread and some bows. I really don't like selling all these bows. But sometimes you gotta do. There we go, I want that. It's far better than spending all my knowledge. Boom. That's what I say at least. If cattle give milk, meat, skin and bones, just like goats, maybe get rid of the goats and make more space for cattle. I have plenty of space anyway. I have space for 70 animals, and I am not even using up half of that. What I need is for my cattle to breed, or to go out and get more, for more breeding. But I haven't really looked close at cattle. I should take another look at it. Animals, domestic, cattle. Wow, double the milk. Lots of meat and skin and bones. Why, that's just fantastic. When I have a decent population of cattle and I'm struggling for space, then I will just slaughter all of my goats. Who needs goats when you've got the aurochs? Speaking of, I need to go out and find more aurochs. Where are they? You're a bison. And an old one at that. Wait, what is that? You will earn 1 knowledge point. Are you telling me that I'm almost full on it? Wait, I've never slaughtered a bison? Well, that changes today. We must learn about the ways of the bison. Rye needed for brewing. Wheels needed for carts. I'm curious about rye, so we'll go with that. I haven't built any fruit trees just yet. A young female auroch. Another young female auroch. I want both of these. An old male mouflon, the donkey. Alright, get out and capture, please. I know there's plenty of work to do, but there's always plenty of work to do. In the choice between wheel and future beer, there is only one winner. I want to know more about that rye, though. Plants, rye, all-round cereal, more resistant, and produces good grain. So 50% chance of extra grain, fairly resistant. Sounds better than einkorn, at least. Plus we'll get some new knowledge if we produce new crops. Always high priority, this stuff. Because it's evidently taking a lot of time. There you are, my young male cattle. That's good stuff. No drunk driving in this society. There'll be plenty of booze to go around in this society. Seems like a great way to bring up morale. Plenty of deforestation too. I need those logs for that charcoal. One log is 2 charcoal is gonna be good for making the copper. For them copper tools. Do I have many copper tools? I got well, the real privileged in society have some copper tools. And we built our first flint mine as well. I'll get mining. I always seem to be short on flint. Not short on mud, thankfully. Do I set an upper limit for skins? It's only 20. It's 15 on leather. That should be fine though, because I'm not producing skins outfits anymore. People have to wear skins or wool to stay warm. I have enough of both for this winter, but I need a lot more wool if I want to make it for the next. There's another flint spot right next to that behind the tree. What, you mean next to this? Ah, so there is. Once again, nature trying to get in my way. Alright, down you go. Down I go. Down we all go. There's still space for more population. Upgrading you would cost me wood. I'm not fussed about that. Straw and mud, also not fussed. Let there be upgrading. I'll upgrade these 3. That's as good as I'll do you. It's a pretty mild winter. People are still busy, although heavens knows what with. Get to work. New human is joined. That's our dog out there. What did we go out and kill? I don't remember telling people to kill out here, but I don't doubt that I did. Oh, that wolf is real hungry. Is he gonna slaughter that ibex? Or mouflon, rather. So I wonder what you're expected to do once you completely run out of ores to mine. Do you just rely on traders? Ah, we got the bison. Excellent. Although, where, I don't know. It took me over here, but where did it go? Aha, there we go. Good job, dogs. And no Hulk. The bow is just so good for hunting. Man, so much iron. We'll be able to smith so much in the Iron Age close by, but it's Bronze Age first. I wonder if bronze is really good. Maybe I should really rush my way towards the bronze smelting. I don't know what it takes to make bronze tools. It won't tell me because I need bronze smelting first. That's 20 knowledge. I think we'll get that. Forget the wheel. People can drag. This will be the swole colony. Loads of straw. Excellent. 20, 30, 4 bits of straw. And there's actually straw inside these. Good. So they can keep themselves well fed. The game's warning me there's no space for more people. I'm working on that. In fact, we're over capacity. But these will be built soon enough. Oh yeah, we got crazy amounts of food, so I'm not too worried about things. Then again, we've just finished the harvest. We'll see how this looks come... it's not even a big deal in summer, because we forage for berries in summer. Which I'm glad to see people tend to eat first. Oh man, people are bringing ore all the way over here. Are you telling me there was no space in the stone pile here? You are. That's exactly what you're telling me. Well, that's not good news, is it? Wonder how long charcoal lasts. The idea of charcoal going off is a rather bemusing one to me. Copper tools aren't much better than flint and don't have more durability. Well, that conflicts with somebody earlier that said they had twice the durability. Saving it for bronze would be better. Yeah, well, we'll do it anyway. I mean, I've got all this ore right now. Jake, how many hours have you played in this map? Let me think. 3 the first day, 4 yesterday, and 1 today. So 8-ish. I was told it takes about a dozen hours to get to the end. And I can believe that. Okay, say no to stones and flint here. I just want ores. Alright, and enter spring, which means it's time for the extremely hefty work to be done on planting. I would have thought that I'd get more linen done. Perhaps the problem is that I don't have enough weaving. Weaving is probably quite intensive work. So let's have another production plant for weaving. Hell, let's have 2. And they can be built because I got all that straw and my animals didn't eat it all. I said 50% more durable, not double. Well, durable looks like double, so let's still say it was your fault. Nah, this is some real primitive technology stuff. I love watching that. There's 2 channels I follow about it. One of them is just primitive technology, the OG. And the other is a couple of mute, I assume Vietnamese chaps. Sometimes I feel a bit of the latter is staged, but you know, it's like wrestling, just turn your mind off and enjoy. I'm still waiting on Stonehenge that you said you'll get. Okay, I need 5 more of these megaliths. I'm not good at spotting them on the map. There's one. Alright, I guess people can do that when they have some spare time. Is that another one? No, that's a flint mine. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would really like to have Stonehenge. Okay, there's another one. That brings me up to 3. Four. Five. 6. It's a long-term project, but we'll get Stonehenge, and we will put it between the 2 colonies that we're going to have. You know, just getting right in the way of all of the farming area that I'm planning here. Primitive Technology is the one white guy in Australia that wears blue shorts, because I've seen too many copies, and I don't know who came first at this point. Yeah, the Australian guy in shorts. I've even got his book. Not that I really know how to read, but I just wanted to support him. Well, things are looking just peachy here. And I guess people have already done all the planting because it's this time in spring and people aren't incredibly busy. Game's moaning that I don't have enough light clothes, and they're not wrong. We have leather and linen. And not enough of either. However, with all these weavings going, how fast are they? Not too bad. We'll see if the scales of production can hold up. Don't know how long outfitters take. The traitors here, what do you have for me? The wheel. Well, these copper things that I'm making you seem to rather like. Still, I'll sell you my bows because they're worth good money. And maybe this time not sell off all of my... What is with that tooltip? I could sell the leather outfits, but I know my people wouldn't like that. Sell off the bread because I'm convinced I have too much food. Low commission. This is an excellent opportunity to buy lots of things, like female cattle. Oh my, it's a shame they're worth too much. Charcoal is great, but logs give me 2 charcoal. I like copper as well. What are you selling me slings for? Linen. I've got a bit too much linen and I'm not getting through it fast enough, but I don't really want to sell that. I don't want to sell all my bows, but what's a man to do? How many tech points do you have by now? It doesn't matter, this saves tech points however you look at it. I'm probably going to be drowning in linen, so I will sell some of it. I guess I'll sell some bone knives, and some bone spears, and some cured meat just to make up the difference. There we go. Thank you kindly. It'll soon be summer and then we can forage. That said, I've not got tons of food. Maybe I shouldn't have sold it all off. At least I didn't sell off all this straw this time, which makes me kind of wonder, where's all my straw? What did I do with it all? I guess upgrading these chewed up a fair bit of it. Yeah, it's only 2 a pop. Jing's 55 months as FPQC. Yeah. The mind does wonder. Is this similar to Banished in a way, says Avalius? Yeah, it's quite similar. I stand by what I said before. You're trading the polish and the comfort of Banished for deeper systems. And they're both good in their own ways. I am always so short on skin. When I start having a good cattle population, that should be easier. I'm up to 5 now, which is kind of good. Tell me more about them. Not about them, but about my ones of them. Three adult females, 2 adult males. That's pretty good, as long as these adult females churn out at least 3 more. Does the progression feel slow, fast, or do you not want to say so because you haven't finished it? No, I can happily say that the progression feels pretty slow in the game. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. We've got everything in Copper Age. The Bronze Age is right around the corner. I see no reason to dilly-dally. As soon as we have the knowledge of it, we'll go for it. I wonder if I need another well at this point. People are putting it to heavy use. Maybe I could build it over to this side more so that people that go and do all the harvesting work have a closer place to go for their water. And as best as I can tell, the well does not lose condition at all. It would be nice to have some kind of information about that. It's a hole in the ground and it only costs wood, so that's a pretty good trade for us. Is this game almost over, or does more tech unlock when you finish this screen? I think it ends at the Iron Age. As for what you do after that, I suppose it's just, well, you know, what do you do at the, in quotes, end of a city builder? You retire it and you build a new city. Right. I think I have people getting goods aplenty, but could they not go further afield and get more? I tell them to do this as well, because I sold off a lot of my food and now I'm down to just 37 plus the milk, I suppose. I'd just rather have more. More is more. How can less be more? People are bound to be unhappy not having their light clothing, but I'm unhappy that we don't have enough linen and stuff. I got 14 linen, but I don't have lots of linen clothes. How can this be? Here's wool cloth, linen cloth. Maybe this should be a high priority building so people actually constantly produce clothes if and when they can. Because it's not that I don't have enough of these outfitters, I just don't have it being worked. Perhaps if I had 2 of them it would go a bit smoother. It's a thought, and it's not that expensive to make. Use a straw that I barely have, but we'll have a lot more straw in time for... oh my. Straw in time for winter, when my animals need to eat it. People really like my dolmen. And it can chew through a lot of bodies. If I'm going to be buried anywhere, I want it to be under the biggest stone. Well, the biggest collection of stones. I wonder if Stonehenge takes bodies or if it's just a pure spiritual thing. Pure spiritual, it seems. Yeah, we can make a banner down the... Oh, I can make a cairn. Okay, it takes a while to make outfits then. Glad I'm making a second one. Are there other enemy clans that attack and raid your village? You do get attacks. I don't think they're from settled clans, it's just you get attacked. Which is why we have a couple of watchtowers and a whole bunch of wooden platforms set up, and why we have the guts of our village walled in. I hear there are strategies for having no walls, but yeah. I'm happy with these palisades. And I want more, and I want to turn them into stone ones, but that comes later. We have tons of stones built up. I don't think there's been any use for stones thus far. Like, do I even build things that require stones? The progression of stone use seems weird to me. Especially since we researched stone polishing here, or rather I bought it. And what did I get for that? Smelting, mining... And those things didn't even cost stones, right? Okay, the mortar used stone. And the hearth, of which, you know, I've had these from the start and their condition is perfect. Yes, I get it, game. My people don't have light clothing. It's not something I can fix overnight. Alright, let's make sure these are kept at high priority. Hell, let's just have all of these done at high priority. Because lack of clothing is a problem, and until it stops being a problem, I want this stuff produced. We have plenty of linen, we have a little bit of wool, and that should make lots of clothes for my people. Those skins will probably rot away though, because my people got nothing better to do with them. But it's still good to have them as backup when the cold weather comes in, because only 31 people can enjoy some woolly outfits. Alright, this is borderline nice. I know, game. I know they don't have clothing. It's like Patrick Stewart's favourite game here, because all their clothes have rotted off. Alright. Time for Stonehenge. I'd like to put it at the large... Oh, I can! Oh, yes! I don't care if people don't really go out there to use it so much. It'll just look better if it's at the highest point that I can make it. Although, one wonders if I could put it at an even higher point. Our survey says, sadly not. I guess these are meant to be not things that you can build upon, but just imagine. Still, it's perfectly serviceable as a high point. Now what I need to do is locate those megaliths and tell them to be prepared for transport. Uses a lot of leather that I don't have because I don't have skins, but we'll get there. There were others out there, like you. Alright, use your elf eyes and try to find them, because I'm bad at this. Are you a megalith? You are a megalith, and I didn't even mine you out. Well, let's get that done eventually. We got one. Oh man, there's plenty of these and I just haven't noticed them to mine them out. Wow. So where are the ones that I did mine out? Because I'm fairly certain I mined out a few of them. Or even am I now compared to my village? That's a watering hut, but it's not my village's one. Ah, here we are. Where are those actual megaliths that I found? I've only found one of them, and I swear that I found a whole bunch of them earlier. Take this one for example, I'm certain I mined you out. And yet it says I have a whole bunch of them. There's you then. Let's prepare you. Megaliths panel. Ah, hey, that's handy. That is very handy. Thanks for that, game. You know, I was saying I have tons of straw, but we really chew through it. I guess it's all the cattle that I have now. Still, we're into autumn, and down this stuff goes once more. Come on, folks, get to work. I got tons of sickles for you, because you need to do all this harvesting. Boy, we're practically out of food here. A little bit of milk and a little bit of meat. It's alright, nobody will starve to death. With all this grain we have, we can make plenty of flour and bread. You just gotta get it harvested first. And they're doing a bang-up job of it. I'm very happy with that. With all this area deforested, though, I could quite happily start expanding operations here. A lot of sticks on the ground, though. Would like them to not have lots of sticks on the ground here. Oh geez, tons of sticks. Well, let's get rid of those sticks. There's no need for a cap on sticks here. There's always a use for sticks. Let's build another faggot over here. Well, I'm going to need a few of them given the amount of wood that I'm expecting. Perhaps I should collect it over here, since I do intend someday to erect a village here. Don't know how long those sticks will last though, and it's a bit far away. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing it overnight. Let's have it maybe a bit closer, say around here. There we go. Right, bring on the new humans and tell them to get to work. This is Stickpunk here. And with what we have here, I can upgrade these huts. And we can be done with having crummy tents. Placing structure would create an isolated area. I see, but there was a structure right there before. Zetsubox Sensei says, is this game enjoyable? Well, this is my third time playing it, so I'm enjoying it enough to come back like that, and trust me, I've got no shortage of games to play. I'm enjoying my time with it, so take that for what it's worth. Although, maybe the raiders are coming along to change that. They number only 5 again, which is surprising to me. He's got a sling. Ah, there we go. I want that copper axe. But more than anything, I want their clothes. I guess their clothes just rot away. Alright. Sound the horn. Oh, that's good. The animals actually get inside for it instead of going out and dying. No, that's my sheep, and it's not heading back in. Alright, which side are they going to attack? Interesting though, earlier I said there's no way they'll attack from here, but attack from there they do. And I'm not in a great place to deflect that. It's alright, when they come in, they're gonna get mobbed, so I'm not too worried about it. So any that do try to come in get ravaged by my people. Okay, I think there's little for us to worry about here. Forgive me for expecting stronger raids. Ah, he hacked away a bit at my palisade there, though. And I wonder if I can build myself a defensive watchtower right in the corner there. Yeah, I could build two. They haven't attacked the same place twice, though. Maybe they'll come at some point for this corner. And I haven't really left myself space for building the towers there, but I'm sure we can manage. God, imagine being one of the 5 people told to attack this almost century-strong settlement. It's a suicide mission. At least in the likes of RimWorld, they give up when they know that they've got no chance and then retreat, like the cowards they are. 39 animals, great, but they're going to eat that straw. But I have tons of straw, so it should be okay, right? Well, except the trader comes along and convinces me to part with my straw. What do you offer? Actually, you offer outfits that I know I'm short on, but more so you offer ore. Your outfits are not that expensive. Maybe I should get rid of my skins since they're going to rot away. No, I'm going to need them because I don't have enough wool outfits for everybody. Honestly, there's not a whole lot you offer me that I'm very interested in, and I evidently have plenty of ore. I think my bone sickles are going to be fairly worthless quite soon. Might be worth trading them away while they're still worth something. High commission though. That'll do. They're simply scout attacks to learn your weakness, of course. Well, none of them make it back alive. You'd think they'd retreat if they wanted to learn that. So, where are those megaliths at? Some of them are getting somewhere, I think, but I still need a lot of leather. And I don't have a lot of leather. Probably because I don't have a lot of tannin, but more so because I don't have a lot of skins. When winter sets in and I don't have a lot of jobs, I'm going to go out and slaughter things that give good amounts of skins. If indeed I can find any. Reindeer, are you skinny? Are they just skinny? Kill as many as we can. Horses as well. We don't have the tech to domesticate, so just go and slaughter them. That said, please pick this stuff up as well. I think the children can do that, albeit incredibly slowly. Can't believe doing this is raising your morale. Then again, public penance in Frostpunk makes people happier. And it kind of looks similar. Right, there we go. Someone I think was using their head and bringing a sled out here. But I might have been imagining that too. Really though, does copper ore ever go off? Let's look at some that we've had lying here for a while. It looks like it does not. Nor do the stones. Okay, that explains why the stone amount's been so high. Sticks do. Logs very slowly, it seems. Good, we got uses for them all. Alright, that's enough sticks. I think I've got plenty for now, and I have other jobs that I need people to do. Megaliths, I finally got that 5th one dead. Yeah, these are all just running around, confused, scared, soon to be dead. Look, I'm just here for your skin. I'm also here to get lost. Where in the world is my settlement? There we go. Now, unfortunately, a lot of this stuff that I harvested is just laying out there because people are finding other things to do. Ooh. Sorry, I'm quite certain this old woman can take care of this little pup. Quite certain. Please fight harder. Whew. She didn't do too well there. If she gets an infection, she's dead, and what a waste of a woolly outfit that would be. She went a fair distance, didn't she? What was she even doing? Oh, she was probably taking care of the megalith. That'll happen. It's okay, Stonehenge is a big undertaking. Can't expect everybody to make it. What I will need this spring, in addition to all the planting though, is that tannin. I need to tell people to go somewhere and get tons of it. There we go. I want loads of tannin. There is no limit, just get to it. Is that you? No, you're just pretty tired. Oh, hypothermia. Oh, okay, so the death march is a real thing. Those are no doubt people I told to go and get the megaliths, but they went off wearing their warm weather clothes, and now they're dead. Everyone becomes unhappy because of that, and now they're going to be busy carting those bodies back. Can you set job priorities? The only thing you can do is say if something is prioritized or not. For example, I had a shortage of clothes, so I prioritized both the weaving and the outfitting. Okay, they're all just dying of hypothermia. Let that be a lesson to me for telling people to go out and mine these megaliths. That's alright, they died for a good reason. Vorgor's all diseased like. Oh, you're not gonna make it. He's tired, he's unhappy, he's diseased, and he's off to... Oh, well, no, he's actually on his way back. Well, that's okay. Sacrifices were expected. At least we have some nice warm huts for people to come back to. And now I think I will be able to build you there. Oh wait, no, it still makes an isolated area. Probably for you? But that makes even less sense. Oh, he came back, but he still just died of a disease. Thinking about it, your population dropping to from 77 to less than that's a pretty big thing, isn't it? There we go. That's where you fit in. And Balak should feel a whole lot better after praying here. Men here helps, but miniature Stonehenge should help more. We've still yet to get any of these rolling megaliths over here because we lack the leather. Why do we lack leather so much, I wonder? Oh, wow, you actually carry bodies? Off you go then, just plant them there and it's all good. Well, it's springtime, there's plenty of things to plant, so get on with it. I know workload is high, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And what you've got to do is ensure that we survive the next winter. Oh yeah, the rock just eats bodies. Alright, spring is storming ahead. We got a lot of work to do. And people are busy doing other work when they should be doing this. Doesn't seem like such an issue anymore, so I'm going to set the clothes back to normal priority. That way people should hopefully prioritize the planting. They seem to prioritize the building right now. Jake, have you told the rock to stop? Which rock? I mean, there are plenty of rocks. Maybe you mean the people going off to do megalith related rock work. I don't think anyone's doing that right now. Ah, well, somebody's meant to be building that rolling megalith. There's a lot of jobs that aren't planting that people are prioritizing over the high prio planting. And we're 2/3 of the way through spring here, so I'd really like them to get on with it. Then again, losing 10% of my population did not help matters much. Welcome, trader. What do you have for me? Goats, bread, leather outfits. Not a lot of stuff that really appeals to me. That wool, I suppose, sounds good. Do I have a lot of wool? I do not. Not that I can tell, at least. And wool is pretty good. But I don't really want to give you anything for it. I suppose I can give you some skins, since otherwise they're just going to rot away. Maybe that was a raw deal, but a lot of my skins were getting awfully grotty. And we won't need woolly outfits until winter comes anyway. Oh right, we certainly want to have more than our population worth of both of these things though. Ah, that's right, people are off getting tannin as well, which this is the only season for, but you know, we need these crops planted. If they go do one and then sod off, that's the inefficiency is almost painful. Okay, well that's gutting. But with fewer population, we also will require less food. Alright, maybe I should have a... No, I've already got a limited 20 skins, but maybe I can do well with 10 skins now. The skins should last quite a long time in the storage huts, but I also have far fewer uses for them, whereas I have a lot more uses for leather. Yeah, I do need leather. They're getting on it, slowly but unsurely. I need it to roll all my megaliths for my prestige project here. It's what everybody's ever really wanted, is that stone circle. How are the rolling megaliths doing? Well, not very well. It's still just sitting there. Right, summer means foraging. There's not a whole lot to be foraged since I chopped a lot of stuff down, but there's still some stuff. There's also a bunch of flint there I could grab. I am always short on flint. And the workload is a bit high, but not too high. It'll be mega high when autumn comes and we gotta pluck all this stuff. At least these rocks are making people happy. Well, happier. Excellent. 4 new useless naked people have joined the settlement. Little girl, little boy, old man, old woman. Can we just get rid of the old man and the old woman? Since they're old, they have less capacity as well. And the aging population's a real problem around here. There we go, an adult can carry 3 things, old only 2. Alright, get hauling. It's a shame the children can't do this. Ian, to drop that single piece of tannin and help me haul this thing. At agonizing speed. And I'm telling them to haul it up this hill. It's alright, it's worth it. A little bit of knowledge more and we're going to enter the Bronze Age. And we will be entering that Bronze Age. Space for loads more people. Just hope that they arrive at some point. I am at or nearly at capacity for things, so I'm gonna need another storage facility, potentially 2 storage facilities. Costs a lot of mud, but I have a lot of mud and straw and sticks, and okay, basically we're good. The granary is there, that's where a lot of this stuff goes to. This stuff, I don't even know what I'm meant to put in these. I guess all the metallurgy stuff. So it couldn't hurt to have a storage facility over here. And potentially another one here. Nah, no space. But I could put one over here. Just so that there are places around for people to put everything. The AI for storing things is probably not that sublime though. They'll probably like to put things where there is stuff already. But I want more space. Can't you recycle the leather outfits? Solve the leather shortage? Good question, I haven't looked into that. So I shoved the leather outfits out of this place. And if I hit recycle, what happened? I'm not seeing any leather here. It seems that I just lost a bunch of leather outfits. Well then. I think I heard somebody kick the bucket there. I don't think I'm being told anymore about people dying of old age because, well, I have so many people, it would be a constant alert spam. Well, I'll be damned, I actually barely have enough work for everyone. That'll change though, it's about to be harvesting season. Where are those megaliths at? It's still waiting on more leather, but they'll get their leather. Jake, maybe slow down the skin drying. I've limited it to 10, so if we have more than 10, then we won't make more. Which seems fine, I still need those for every, well, things here and there, but I need much more leather, which means I'll need a lot more raw skin. We have the tannin, we just don't have the raw skin. And I'll be getting more of that when the cattle population starts exploding, but that would go better if I had more cattle. You look like cattle. Let's get these young males and that young female back. Hey, I can capture the donkeys, and I haven't been doing that. Young male and young female. And another young female. That's a pretty good haul. Got any more for any more? Some deer. They're only made for eating. Bison also for eating. And for the greatest currency known to man, the bison dollar. Worth 5 the Queen's pounds, don't you know? Jake, prioritize leathers. Could do, don't really want to do. Like, I really don't want to do that. You prioritize too many things and then nothing ends up prioritized. The only thing I want prioritized are tending to my animals and tending to my crops. It's our 100th bit of leather produced. We've gained even more knowledge and we can make it over to the Bronze Age. That's cool and all, but I want to do that at the turn of the year. Even though it's harvesting season, the workload isn't that high. Then again, we didn't have everything to harvest. We didn't plant everything. And I haven't been seeing a lot of disease, which is great. I wonder if I could be getting more knowledge from more barley or stuff. Ah, it's grain in general. But nuts, fruits, and berries are their own thing. Also, who just bought it? Is it you? Vargol died of old age whilst tending to the crops. Tragic, but that is life, or in his case, not life. High commission, that means ha ha ha, get out of my village. Plenty of body capacity over at the Dolmens, it's okay. And I hope we got the... Oh, we did get the cattle. I'm a full-on cattle rancher now. 62 animals need shelter, and I only have 70 places for them. I need this stone dealt with. I feel like it keeps getting unselected for mining. I'll enter the Bronze Age when my people aren't incredibly busy with the crops, so maybe when winter starts. The current age is the Copper Age. We have copper tools and we have some very primitive metallurgy going on over here. Making that charcoal, using the furnaces to smelt actual ingots. A soft metal. Fascinating. And when we get to the next stage, what do we have waiting for us? Masonry. Swords. I can make a bronze sword. And a shield. And a compound bow. But I think the most important thing is making some beer. Yeah, it's hard to say no to the beer. Do you have to trade for tin like in real life? We have access to tin. We got some right here. Not a huge amount of it, but some of it. Interestingly enough, I'll be able to get that as soon as I get my bronze smelting on the go. Man, that workload's so balanced. Excellent. Right, these storage huts should not have food and drink inside of them. That's for the granary. And the granary is not full, my liege. Which is fine. That means we're doing well on the... Yeah, it means we're doing well when it comes to food production. We've got meat coming in from our self-sufficient pig colony. And I said that once we run out of space here, I would cull the goats, because I don't think I need goats now that we have cattle. Maybe I have too many sheep. Do I really need 30 sheep? Let's keep it at 25, and let's keep the cattle at... let's keep the goats at 0. So then I have 45 places taken up by pigs and sheep, and the cattle takes up the rest. Thinking about it, are pigs really better than cattle? Where's a pig? You're a goat, and oh my, you're about to be turned into skin, bones, and meat for me. But where are the pigs? Primal vision, save me. That is a sheep. And this isn't bad, but the real reason we have the sheep are for the wool. You're a pig. 4 meat is pretty good. But cattle is more meat. Double the skin. So why would I have pigs when I have cattle? Well, once we get to the point of needing more storage space, I think I will cull the pigs and just have more cattle. I assume cattle eat more. Big assumption, but that's what I'm going for. No winter/summer crops, Jake? I could, but I won't. I like to keep those seasons fairly free for my manpower. Diversity, Jake? I don't feel the need for that. Strangely enough, though, people don't seem to be culling the... Ah, there we go. Come on, where's the mass goat slaughter? It's not like you have better things to do. No, they're going in to fill the places up rather than slaughter all my goats. Cattle probably breed slower too. Yeah, that makes sense. Come on, where are those goats? I'm gonna kick them out so that we can eat them. That's a donkey. I forgot I even picked up a donkey, but we'll have those breeding. I don't know what a good limit for donkeys are. But I don't see a reason to have more than 10 of them. I guess they pool carts for us. But don't horses do that as well? Not that we can get horses right now. Oops, I accidentally kicked out the donkey. Alright, all these goats need to die. It's tragic in a way, but in another more accurate way, it's quite delicious. Donkeys give decent amounts of meat, but this is the main thing, used to pull carts, which means I need to actually make some carts. We have what it takes, right? Yeah. Wheeled transport pulled by animals, and I do have animals. But I don't really have the leather for it right now. Someday we will. Okay. It is time now. It is time to enter the Bronze Age. Oh, good God, what's all that? Great. The cave lion, the cave hyena, and the cave bear, and the Megaliths are all extinct. That's really quite sad. But beer is right around the corner, so we can get rid of all those sad feelings. But we're going to do that next time, keeping this one short and sweet today. That age actually passed by a lot faster than I thought it would. But the next time we play this, what day is it even today? Is it Friday? Tomorrow's Saturday, right? Right. That's how little, yeah, okay. Tomorrow we're going to set aside pretty much the entire morning and afternoon and finish off this run with the Bronze and the Iron Age. Which means I get to do something that I've been keen to do all morning. Where do we have you? There we go. We're going to run the next EU4 campaign. We're going to start it tomorrow evening, I think. Something might come up and I might end up doing it next week. But either way, we decide today what it's going to be. I got a lot of votes in on Patreon on which campaign it's going to be. The choices were between the Big Blue Block, where we recreate the Soviet bloc as Montenegro, satellite states and all. Slave Driver, where we play as Imarina in Madagascar, and we get all of the slave trade and we enslave the Belgians. And You First, where we play as You, who's in Tibet, and we raze China and India to the ground. Popularity was skewed towards Big Blue Bloc, but was not without love for Imarina or Tibet. So we spin it around, and whatever it lands on, it's the campaign we're going to do. I realise there might be people here that are just in it for Dawn of Man, so this is something for Europa Universalis 4. Blubber Abyss says, take my energy, Utsang. He's wanting U to win it. Big blue block and slave driver challenging it, but no, Montenegro comes out on top. It's a bit of a terrifying run because Montenegro on very hard mode, when you're one province miner threatened by the likes of Albania and Serbia, is a little terrifying. The Belgians are going to pay, but they're going to have to pay another day. Alright, that's that secured, and that's Dawn of Man into the Bronze Age. So we got our work set out ahead of us tomorrow. But that is Tomorrow Jake's Problem. Cheers for joining for this one, and until next time, it's cheerio.